Therefore, brethren, since we have confidence to enter the holy place by the blood of Jesus. He's referencing that old system of religion where you couldn't enter into that holy place because a priest stood between you and God. A man on this earth stood between you and God. There was an altar, there was a sacrifice, there was a man, there was a veil, and then the presence of God was there. You couldn't get there. You would be struck down dead in your tracks if you tried to go into the holy place. Couldn't do it. But since we have confidence to enter the holy place by what? The blood of Jesus. What Jesus did for us. By a new and living way, which He inaugurated for us through the veil, that is, His flesh. You see the connection there. When He was on that cross and His flesh was torn, His body was broken for you and for me, signifying the veil being torn and there being no more need for a priest on this earth to stand between you and a holy God. Let's keep going. And since we have a great priest over the house of God, the fact of the matter is you do have a high priest, you have a great priest, but guess what? He doesn't have 2 legs and flesh and bones. He's not here on this earth. We have one high priest, Jesus, to the one true God. He says, since we have this high priest, that we don't have to have someone tell us what to do or not to do and give us a set of standards to live by so that we can have confidence and we can clear our conscience of sin that we have because of these sacrifices we have to bring. Look at what he says. Since we have Jesus, let us draw near with a sincere heart in full assurance of faith, having our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience and our bodies washed with pure water. How in the world can we draw near to God with sincerity in our hearts and full assurance in our faith? How can we have our hearts sprinkled clean from an evil conscience? It goes back to that system. Because if you're going to go back into that, you know what you're reminded of constantly? Your sin. Over and over and over again. Day after day, year after year, week after week, it's a reminder of your sin. And your conscience is consumed with it constantly because you're always thinking about what am I doing and what do I have to do to make up for what I've done? And you can't do it. And the only way that we can come before God with a clear conscience, with assurance, is to rest in our faith in what Jesus did and His blood that was shed for us.